Hello everyone, Steve here, and welcome to Snowbreak. So, hope you guys had enjoyed your Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, your holidays in general, and hopefully you had a good year. So, and hopefully 2026 should be a good one for you. But yeah, so for those who missed out on the last few streams, yeah, so last week I wrapped up Nikkei. Finished I finished up the last two chapters. Well, I had to go through story mode because can't exactly go through normal traditional means, so had to cheese my way through there. So, caught with the story. It's just that I gotta go through got through the process of unlocking shit through normal mode. So yeah. I did get Snow White's heavy arms form, although I did end up buying shit and ended up using the tickets for doing that, so yeah. But yeah, so before we get to Snowbreak, there's something that may have caught my attention because, ironically, it does involve another gotcha, but more of an adaptation or whatnot. Apparently, someone over at the English side of Uma Masamune clearly misheard that the characters were saying Merry Christmas and instead wrote Happy Holidays. It's like, what? I mean, it's not entirely wrong, but that's still inaccurate when the characters clearly said that, even in Japanese, so yeah. I don't know what to make of that, so, but okay, so enough of that. Now I got that out of my way, so now let's talk about Snowbreak. Yeah, so just like Nikkei, it did had a interesting story, although there is one caveat which we'll get into shortly. But for that, you may be wondering, wait, don't you still have Legends Arceus to finish? I do, but I'll finish that eventually because the thing is, well, it is a good game. I'm just thought the hype was just overblown a bit. Although I did mention it's like when I played when I played Legends Arceus, so I am still treading through Legends CA and I am debating whether or not I'm going to be streaming that as well or not, so And of course, we are still going to finish Radiant Dawn as we got part 4 to deal with. Got about 11 chapters left till we wrap that up, and yeah. That's a bit of a doozy, so, well, not really, well, I wouldn't say doozy, but oh boy, it's gonna be eventful, so. Alright, so the reason why we're gonna be starting with Snowbreak is, like I mentioned before, aside from being another waifu game like Nikkei, the story was actually interesting. But just like Nikkei, the gameplay is a bit mid and repetitive, so. Oh, I may have to boost up the. May have to get more. Crap. What was it? Oh, I need more presents, maybe. But yeah. So we're gonna be going through the main story because I tend to normally go through the story modes when streaming certain games. So, but here's the thing, though. Thanks to the update, which is couple months ago, the Cerulean Getaways update. Yeah, this it had a major update which caused the first 13-14 chapters, well, up to part 14 part 1, that yeah, that got locked out. Then you end up having to play this tutorial, although we'll get to that tutorial when the day comes, because yeah, I prefer doing this chronologically, and I will not go by, well, what they've got. So, in order to unlock Legacy, which is the first few bits to the story, you have to go through, well, chapters 14 part 2, Abyssal Dawn, chapter 15 part 1 and 2, Defiant Bloom, and of course, Allies Revisited, although I'm not too sure those two are necessary or not, but I remember it was this and those 4 chapters that are required to be finished to unlock the Legacy. So, oh, that reminds me too, so apparently there's some drops on Twitch for Snowbreak too, so yeah, that's something I didn't know until I just found out, so if you want to get drops on it, go for it. So, let's start off how it all started. So, we're gonna start with Legacy, so, and buckle up, it's gonna be a while, so, although not as a while, but probably nowhere near as, well, actually, wouldn't say not near as long as Niki's cutscenes, well, or the later chapters, I should say, but yeah, anyways, I'm just rambling on, let's get through it. Exoman. You have no memory of the past 3 years whatsoever. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too, there was a tutorial prior to the update of this as well, it's just that, yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to access that. I don't think I've been able to have access to that at all when starting a new game, so not much you could do. Alright, anyways, let's continue on. Yeah, it just felt like I was asleep. The second symptom you mentioned, you often recall strange, fragmentary memories. Watch Caroline's fingers tap on the operating table as icy blue fluorocarbon fluid sprayed out of the pipe, gradually filling up the entire medical pod. Don't worry, it's just a routine full body scan. Aren't you afraid there might be something growing in her stomach after sleeping in a rogue space station for 3 years? Alright, you can lay down. Look, it didn't feel as cold as I imagined it would. I suddenly leaned backward, feeling the liquid crawl over my palms and shoulders before I'd finally swallowed the tip of my nose. Upon closing my eyes, I feel the strong sensation of drowning. However, I immediately regained the ability to use my lungs, exchanging air for liquid. Can you hear me? You can open your eyes now. I could hear Caroline's voice being transmitted into my ears by 2 thin wires. Then I opened my eyes. Next thing I heard was, "From birth to death, Yggdrasil is here to happily serve you." From birth to death, From birth to death, Yggdrasil is here to happily serve you. Any discomfort? If everything's fine, blink twice. Forcefully blink twice. Alright, the scan has begun. Don't move. Hang in there. Oh, I forgot to mention too. That's gonna be weird. Is that yeah, the legacy chapters didn't exactly have voice acting. Like, not completely. Like, not so much for the cutscene parts. The gameplay chapters, well, parts, kind of does and kind of doesn't. Oh, gotta keep that in mind too. It's not until the later chapters, which is the journey one, starting from chapter 14, part 2, that do manage to include voice acting. I mean, they did had a few voice acting parts here and there in the early chapters, but I think nowhere near as prevalent in later chapters. Alright, anyways. Should we chat in the meantime? Oh, I forgot you can't talk. Force a blank to berate her or roll eyes? I'm gonna do a coin toss for that one. I mean, it's been a while since I played the chapters. I mean, oh yeah, I forgot to mention too. Yes, I did manage to get caught up with Snowbreak. But unlike Nikke though, it's not just the cutscenes you can replay. You can replay the gameplay too, so that's good. I mean, though in Nikke you can replay too, it's just that you have to go through the harder difficulties. So there's that. Anyways, it's Tails, alright. Haha. The last image I saw in the command room was your spaceship successfully connecting with the Mistletoe station. Immediately after, all low orbit electromagnetic signals were blocked and experienced interference. We did everything we could to rescue you and your team, but we failed. Any spacecraft that enters the Mistletoe station's orbit malfunctions and subsequently crashes. The board of directors was ultimately forced to abandon its plans to reclaim Mistletoe station. In no time, Technogen began to spread from the Oh, wow. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my mouse for this one. In no time, Technogen began to spread from the epicenter of the descent to the outside of the containment wall. Our guys from the engineering department had to build a new containment wall overnight. Abnormal cerebral nerve center detected. I heard Caroline stand out in front of her chair in a hurry, knocking over what seemed to be an electric kettle. Abnormal? No way! Could there really be something wrong? The command room. Here are the test results. Take a look. Ooh. I don't understand. Could you explain? There's an additional independent neural network layered on top of your original cerebral nerve. They're called the theotropic nerves. This wasn't one of the possibilities we were worried about. As for how these theotropic nerves will affect you, I'll give you a classic choice. Do you want the good news or the bad news first? Alright, let's hear the good news. Theotropic nerves won't jeopardize your health. They're actually greatly enhance your physical fitness and overall strength. They will provide a host with various special combat abilities. These are determined by the daiwos that reside within the nerves. But your situation is unique. Actually, that's part of the bad news. Alright, what's the bad news? You just mentioned how you often recall fragmented memories. I believe we've discovered the cause. Typically, theotropic nerves host the daiwos. We were unable to locate any characteristics of a daiwos within your theotropic nerves. However, there are two ganglia on the front end. These ganglia exhibit empathic telepathic tendencies with certain nearby information and are extremely active. Since we couldn't find any other abnormalities, we have to assume the ganglia are transmitting these fragmented memories to you. In layman's terms, they're like antennae, constantly receiving signals in your brain. Great, we're going back to the old ancient days of using antennas now. Pretty sure, I mean, granted, we still... actually, I'm not too sure about radio stations still using antennas and whatnot to find signals. I can't be sure how it might affect you. Maybe you'll experience a severe deviation in self-perception. Who knows? Caroline let out a deep sigh, like a worried parent unsure if their child could get into college. Or perhaps it was even worse than that. I can fully sense her sincerity. Either way, don't forget who you are. That's all you can do until we find a better solution. It's alright, I can make it back from the space station and all manners, and I can't eat without the red or blue pills. You want to pick the first one. Hey, shouldn't you be comforting me? I hope you can keep that mindset, yeah? If the boss asks you about theotropic nerves, just pretend you don't know anything. But boss! Caroline's words suddenly caught in her throat. I recognized the silver-haired visitor immediately. It was T, or Tau, rather, because, well, it's in Greek alphabet, so one of the Yggdrasil directors. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that she held the fate of mankind in her hands. How much time do I have? Next meeting begins in 14 minutes. Tao nodded coldly. I'm much surprised this was not included in the gallery. Caroline, I would like to speak with him in private. Boss, just now? I saw Tao's icy gaze aim at Caroline before she immediately turned and escaped from the room like a scared rabbit. I'll keep this brief. What would the possibility require that Tao come here before her meeting? Given your exceptional contributions during your time as director of the security department, as well as your selfless sacrifice during the mission to recover the Mistletoe Station, on behalf of the entire board, I would like to express my highest respect for you. Steven, welcome back. Tao delivered her welcome speech in a frosty tone, without any fluctuations in her voice, as if she was simply stating the universal truth. However, the content surprised me. Of course, this acknowledgement doesn't stop at words. As there are no more fitting positions for you into the security department, would you consider taking on a management role in the frontline department? You have ample experience and skill, and the company still needs you. On the Heimdall force as the adjutant. Yep. And this is how we get her default name, the adjutant. Just like with Nikki as the commander. Although, unlike the commander, as we go through the story of this, yeah, the adjutant character of yourselves requires a lot of wits. You have to be compass levels of being witty with tactics and shit. Or even like Yagami and El Waliat, aka Ryuzaki from Death Note. So, don't think too hardly how things pan out as we go through more of this game. Adjutant. It sounds like I'd be working on the ground. As adjutant, you would direct the Heimdall force, be responsible for our fight against the Titan enemies, and enjoy a higher administrative ranks in access than you did in your original role. Unfortunately, Titan enemies aren't the only things you have to contend with. I don't know exactly how much the compensation would be, but it is likely a number no one could refuse. What is your answer? Well, that's the only answer we could give. I need to think about it. Tal looked away from me and raised her watch, which displayed at a time as a holographic projection. I couldn't understand why Tal came to personally discuss my transfer, but looking back on all the effort and sacrifice I gave the company, I realized I put myself in danger countless times to get where I was that day. There was no reason to hesitate. I had to seize the opportunity. We don't have much time. Nope. Could have done that earlier, but yeah. But yeah, I have one request though. I laid a tap on my forehead with my knuckles. I want to remove these theotropic nerves. Tal didn't respond immediately, fixing her gaze on me instead. That is reasonable, but the operation can't be performed right away. It will take time to form the necessary medical plan. This won't affect your post. Alright. And it is the first cutscene. And now we gotta go through 2 chapters. So, yeah, I forgot to mention too, I did all the objectives, so... The objectives aren't that hard, it's just that... once you go through the later stages, it did kind of get tricky, but they're still doable. I mean, the objectives are pretty easy. Alright, well. I mean, those are my units now. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too. I think in later parts of the chapter or whatnot, they start defaulting to characters that are like stuck on recommended or they're stuck playing as them. So yeah, keep that in mind too. Alright, so I'm ready to use a submachine gun. Well, already got one, although. Okay, so it's Clarina, the 2 lives, and Cherno and Moxer. Although, as you just saw, Moxer got a new form, and that just got released. It's also a free unit or a free operative. So, alright, but we're not going to be using them. We're just going to use what we've got or what I've got. So. Find the coyote tracks. Ow.
もう見つかった？こいつら一体どうなってんの？分かれていこう。早くこいつらを振り切らないと。ああ。予備は十分にある。役に立たない。
I forgot to mention too, I think in the later stages that you have the ability to jump, but in the early chapters, jump is not the option right now. Alright, clear. Alright, let's see here.
役に立たない。
What's our situation? These ones over here are putting up a fight. They rolled out the red carpet here too, not to worry. Yeah, this is the one inconsistent part. There's voice acting, and then other times, nope.
敵手 終わらせる 役に立たない
And that's the mission.
どう？あんたは私だけ見てればいいの。
Alright, next stage. Oh yeah, this is what I mean. The trial characters, and you're stuck with them, so... But since it's the earlier stages, so I don't think it should be too bad.
Show が始まるわよ。あら、脇役の登場。ほらほら、どこ見てんのよ。
And he falls. And he falls
コ
again.
ヨーテは本当に待ち伏せが好きね。でもまとまりが悪すぎ。名前にお似合いだわ。私も噛まれないように気を引き締めないとね。ローウォークの指導は悪くないよね。
I did not read the dialogue, so I apologize for that.
このステージに立っていいのは私だけ。あんたたちの出番は終わりよ。私にこれは必要ないでしょ。どけどけ。蜂の巣にされたくなかったら全員どいて。あんたたちとかくれんぼしてらんないの。
Yeah, be careful. Yeah.
勝負続くわ。 今変えてるわよ。
Yeah.
あんたたちの出番は終わりよ。このステージに立っていいのは私だけ。
I'm done over here. You, lagging behind? Don't play any games, just get over here.
完璧。何度も再生してよね。
Alright. On to the next cutscene. Containment Zone Elf. Mission code name Londonere is... Sorry, I can't even pronounce that. We're playing the combat video. I watched two girls consistently showcase their tactical moves, heroically raising their farms to break through the coyotes surrounding them. Even though I was already aware of the Hunger Force, I couldn't help feeling astonished. The celebrities who once appeared on the Valkyrie games stage had transformed into well-trained fighters, acting as the main force in the fight against the Titans. Hey, what are you watching? Did I put you in a trance? Adjutant, what's next? I redirected my attention back to preparing for the mission. Alright, so before the mission officially starts, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask. As the adjutant, the first thing I had to do was analyze. I had knowledge of Wednesday and Fenny as celebrities, but I would have to reevaluate my assumptions to treat them as my squad mates and subordinates. Alright, well, we'll start with Fenny, because that's the only one game that shows me. Huh? Me first? Why do I fight? Well, I strive to excel in every way. Morality, intelligence, physique, beauty. Well, while I train for that, I just happen to defeat Titans and get showered with flowers and applause from my... Jesus. my adoring fans. Okay. Any more questions? So why did you join the Heimdall Force? If you weren't asking, I wouldn't bother with an answer. I'm pretty sure you have to go through the Bond backstories and such to get the answer for that too. Although I managed to do one for life, so haven't got to the others just yet, but I will eventually. Finny glanced at Wednesday before she spoke. To prove I'm the best at everything, no matter what. Taking into account her behavior in battle just now, her own file lacks deep introspection considering her goals, has an innate passion for experiencing victory and being admired. After hesitating for a moment, I continued. Lacking firm determination to fight, sees life as her competition. Are you writing bad things about me in there? She also has a sharp intuition. No, you really did well in that fight just now. The doubt on Penny's face vanished immediately, her eyes scrunching up in a smile. We're a big fan of yours. I see. Well then, Mr. Fan, can I pay back the favor I owe you with an autograph or some merch? In the end of the felt I added, is overly concerned with others' opinions of her, also easily distracted by compliments. Adjutant, what do you want to ask me? The question I had for Wednesday was different than the one I asked Benny. I didn't doubt for a second her willingness and determination to fight because October 4th, 2057. I forgot to mention too. Just like Nikkei, this also took place in the future too, so yeah. Day of the First Descent. The massive titan known as Ymir appeared during the 8th Valkyrie Games finals, causing mass casualties and catastrophic damage before disappearing. Under my command, the security department was able to rescue most of the Valkyrie Games participants. However, many were left untreated after the disaster occurred due to the limited personnel and medical resources. Those rescues included both Life Bestla and Penny Golden. Found Life lying amidst the rubble. Her right eye was bloodied, and she had lost consciousness. Her clothes and the ribbon of her medal were soaked in blood, stuck to her injuries like glue. Each time the dangling metal swayed, her wound opened again. To move Life onto the shell, I had no choice but to cut the metal from the chip. I had no choice but to cut the metal from her. To move Life onto the shuttle, I had no choice but to cut the metal from her chest myself. Can't even speak today. No, we're off to a good start. Well, then again, can speak earlier, so ugh. Anyways, after spending a night in the medical pod, Life ignored the medical personnel who tried to stop her, dragging her injured body out of the hospital. In the end, I discovered at her estimated finals venue. How can I join you guys? What do I need to do? Hi. That Titan, it's called Ymir, right? When it descended, my dad and my mom were sitting here. I saw them with my own eyes. The Titans are really horrible creatures. If you had to choose between exacting revenge on Ymir or completing the mission, which would you choose? Huh. So there's one thing our adjutant still seems to remember with Life. Of course, she hasn't given an answer. Once they fell silent, I don't know. Has strong desire for vengeance, easily loses control under specific circumstances. I ultimately wrote this one sentence in Wednesday's file. The Heimdall Force isn't something amazing, well-disciplined group constantly on their best behavior. Actually, logistics calls them the troublemaker team. The troublemaker team. Oh, you think those two were troublemakers? There's actually more that need to be introduced as we go along this. I didn't think so. Alright, so another 2 chapters, a cutscene, another gameplay, cutscene, and gameplay, 2 gameplays, cutscene, 2 gameplays, well, one of them was a boss, and the final cutscene. Alright. Alright, so ambush. You meet these coyotes, most of them use their sandwiches. They got their hands on firearms equipment and now they're like go to the Containment Zone and engage all kinds of troublesome activities to endanger public security. As for scavengers, they're just normal people who got stuck in the Containment Zone and have to find a way of living.
待て、一時待機。目標達成。指示を待つ。敵襲。目標の排除を確認。
Those spider boxes.
予備は十分にある。
今さら私に出てもらおうと思ったの？
Hell yeah, these.
あんたたちの出番は終わりよ。
There we go.
道を塞がれた。ここから飛び降りるしかない。
この仕掛けわざとっぽくない？どんなサプライズを用意したのか見てみたいわ。あんたたちの出番は終わりよ。あんたら程度が？
There. It's strong
私
in
に
the
これ
income.
は必要ないでしょ。あんたら程度が？あんたたちの出番は終わりよ。さあ、私をたたえなさい。
God damn it, I didn't realize it muted by itself already. Ugh. I apologize. Oh man. Crap. Okay, so. Ah man, yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of editing shit. So. Okay, so. For those who just tuned in, I apologize that OBS may have crashed inexplicably earlier. But yeah, we're going through Snowbreak. As we're going through the legacy chapters first because the update starting after the Cerulean Gateway update may have locked out the legacy chapters, and then we have to go through chapters the new tutorial, chapters 14's part 2, a couple specials, and chapters 15's part 1 and 2, and then. Yeah, I believe those are the only chapters you need to unlock the legacy chapters to play through first, so... Okay, so we're gonna have to play through this again. As that may have crashed out of nowhere.
分析員、私から目を離さないでくれ。
You guys mean the coyotes? Most of you guys are scavengers. You got their harness and firearms to go around the containment zone and engage all kinds of troublesome activities endangering public security. As for scavengers, they're just normal people who got stuck in the containment zone and have fun and find a way to living.
待て、一時待機。
Take the elevator complete.
私があんたの後に出るの。今回は許してあげるわ。私にこれは必要ないでしょ。私の勝ちね。逃がさないわよ。
道を塞がれた。ここから飛び降りるしかない。
この仕掛けわざとっぽくない？どんなサプライズを用意したのか見てみたいわ。目標達成、当然の結果よ。あんたたちの出番は終わりよ。
Alright. Oh boy.
私の勝ちね。
And I managed to get through these just fine. I'll mention that again. We're at the max level, so I'm not too worried.
あんたたちの出番は逃がさないわよ。
For those who are just starting to and playing Snowbreak, I wouldn't recommend it.
私にこれは必要ないでしょ。ショーは続くわ。さあ、私をたたえなさい。目標達成、当然の結果よ。
Yeah, that's something.
どう？あんたは私だけ見てればいいの。
Yeah, that's something else too. I just noticed. They don't really show out the alarm that brings out the strong enemy incoming in the later chapters too. I'm not sure what it is, so.
分析員、私から目を離さないでくれ。
Alright. On to the next chapter. Break through the enemy blockade.
目標の排除を確認。
Yep. Unless you got life's infinite sight
役
form.
に立たない。
ヘイヘイ、そこの大スター見て、あんたの昔のポスターよ。
どうしてこれが？
あんたが人気ってことよ。凛々しく長い髪をなびかせる我らが首席バルキリーを嫌う人なんていないわ。
任務に集中しろ。
I forgot to mention too, in case anyone's running. Yes, that's Eve from Stellar Blade's voice as Life. She's also Rena from Tekken 8 too. For those who missed out on my
目
previous
標の排除
streams.
を確認。 敵手。目標達成。指示を
Yeah,
待
there goes mission.
危ない。
Oh boy.
つ。何かおかしい。奴らにこんな戦術規範があるわけない。
分析の仕事は分析員に任せましょう。バルキの首席支度はよろしいかしら。出番よ。
お前たち手榴弾の残りは。
私たちを殺すつもり？
Yep.
分析員、必要な状況なら私から指揮権を引き継いでお前の判断を信じる。
私も。
Alright then.
どう？あんたは私だけ見てればいいの。
I'm just hoping it doesn't crash again, so. Mission's code name was Londoners. Our objective was to recover the lost rocket in the Containment Zone. They're still going on? Aren't they stealing military weapons to sell them off? Where did all this gear come from? Maybe the Stark Industries? I mean, Tony Stark's out of it. I mean, Tony Stark's gone. Or at least in the MCU. There's also a turret cobbled together from all sorts of stuff. Actually, come to think of it too, that's something I forgot to mention too. So, potentially in the next couple of weeks or so, yeah, I am actually upgrading my. I'm definitely gonna do another computer build. Unfortunately, probably not the best time considering the AI situation. Apparently, there's this one guy that, from a big corporation and whatnot, that bought a good amount of RAM, well, DDR5 RAM, mainly because of the AI, which is probably the reason why the RAM prices have went up. And apparently SSDs, well, the M.2 drives aren't too far behind too. Oh, and graphics cards are, well, definitely gonna go up in price too eventually. So there's that. Alright, anyways, there's also a turret cobbled together from all sorts of stuff. Benny. What? Get down. Or, I'm sorry, Nani, get down. Ow! Ouch, owie. Those turrets were modified heavy machine guns utilizing 12mm heavy machine gun ammo. Getting hit by powerful, terrifying weapons like that would only leave a scratch. Were manifestations even human? I mean, considering that Nikki's, well, specifically female human, they're not exactly human as much anymore. I mean, they got like robotic parts, so not too far off, I guess. The Heimdall Force's powers on the battlefield was entirely due to manifestations. I could never have imagined how it would turn everything I knew about combat on its head. Wednesday, Benny. Push forward. Got it. Keep your eyes on me. My performance is starting. What the heck? What the hell? Are these two people up there? Come on, bring a few more turrets. Let's rip them to shreds. Huh? Where'd he go? Are my eyes playing tricks on me? As a result, the two combatants completely held off the enemy forces caught in their crossfire. How did I do, Adjutant? Benny smiled and wanting to be complimented. I suddenly recalled that her nickname during the Valkyrie games was Lionheart of Olympus. I can't understand why her fans chose that nickname for her. She looked more like a cat begging for treats. You did well, pretty well. They need to think better, me or Wednesday? That's not something I can determine from a single fight. She has her own strengths, you have yours. You're both... Yeah. You're really good at handling things diplomatically. Are you afraid Wednesday will get jealous? As if my brain was going to short out. Wednesday, that thunderbolt you use, was that a manifestation power? Yes. Wednesday's Daiwas is Odin, who controls lightning and thunder. What about your Daiwas? It's Hera. Obviously, I have such amazing Daiwas due to her no error about me. Never mind, Adjutant. What about your Daiwas? I don't have one. You don't have a Daiwas? Are you saying you don't have manifestation powers? Can you still get flooded? Hello? Hello? How's it going? Did you take care of that setback? I'll keep this brief. Adjutant, I need to emphasize this one last time. In addition to ammo and inhibitors, we've also distributed that. Is this the that you're talking about? I feel like I'm answering a riddle. It is the new injectable the logistics department issued. They say they're more effective than boulder inhibitors and can restore manifestation sanity after flooding. Why did it take so long to develop something like this? Good question. Got it. Caroline, can you confirm the coordinates for me one last time? One sec, I just finished handling your last command. Eh? Wait a minute, what's going on? The source of the signal is moving away from you, and it's quick. Looks like someone else got there first. Communication signal suddenly began to cut out. The signal out. Be careful. I can only make out her warning. Be careful. Adjutant, it's snowing. Oh yeah, that's something else too. We don't get to see the adjutant's arm animation as much in the later chapters as anymore. Yeah. According to the mission brief, this wasn't real snow. Rather, it was crystallized titanogen, a deadly type of pollution. This phenomenon often meant the Titans are coming. The snow grew heavier and heavier. Through me, entered the city of pain. Through me, entered the abyss of eternal suffering. Through me, entered those who are beyond redemption. It was both the entrance to hell and beginning of everything. Its name, Ymir. Buffer section shelter. I brought Wednesday and Penny into the nearby building. Even if we head indoors, snow could still pierce reinforced concrete and floating, leaving nowhere to hide. Through a gap in the wall, we finally laid eyes on the Titan's true face. Wednesday and I saw it at the same moment. Ymir. She initially murmured the Titan's name, then suddenly... Ymir! Lightning burst from her left eye, the only one remaining. Right, because the Ymir's incident earlier. The concrete floor under our feet spun around and around, destroying layer by layer. At that moment, I could sense that she was no longer the Wednesday I knew. Odin. She's flooded. He's going ahead for Ymir. Actually, to stay back, we can't do anything to stop her. We have to try the new injection. Time was running out. She had become Odin. She wouldn't wait around for me to load the injection, nor she would patiently stand still as I took aim. Don't get too close to her. Hey! My body moved before I knew what was I doing. I hugged her. I reached out and drove the injection directly into her body. The girl overtaken by Odin was like a monster in my arms. I felt the wrath of her elbows, teeth, knees and her palms that spewing lightning. She struggled to break free and track down the enemy who took everything from her. I could hear the sound of my ribs breaking and electricity running through my flesh. Finally, everything slowly grew calm. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention too. So yeah, just like Urza from Fairy Tale, life lost an eye too, so that's why you can see her crying with one eye. And I forgot to mention too that Urza's Japanese voice actress is also the same voice for Haran in Nikkei, so yeah. Yeah. I released the girl from my tight grip. You're hurt. I bandaged myself quickly. Fortunately, all of my ribs were broken. I was able to move. My resilience seems to have improved when compared to before. Something serious, don't worry. I'm sorry. I have a feeling we'll run into Ymir again, but you can't get revenge if you're dead. Something flashed through Wendy's eyes. She opened her mouth but hesitated to speak. She turned around and walked over to a distant corner, squatting down. She then wrapped her arms around her knees, curled up like a ball. I was able to see her expression. Okay. Oops. I think I've... Oh, wait. I went to Dad already. Oh, yeah. I looked at olden days in. Like the snow has stopped. Ymir never appeared before. Actually, do you fully understand how dangerous the containment zone is?
私一人で十分。情報によればロケットはこの辺りのはずよね。
コヨーテは口に入れた肉を簡単に吐かない。対処の準備をしろ。
ウォーミングアップ。これって猫ババじゃないの？焦らないで。すぐに終わる。
He's in the parking lot. 8 at 13.
あら、役立つものがある。そんなに地獄を見たい。目標達成。ビューンってね。
Open the gate.
私には使わないでしょ。暗号化もできないの
？Aha, found it.
あまり興奮するな。一番大事なのは回収すること。
その勇気は褒めてあげる。焦らないで。すぐに終わる。
Yep, that's it.
お望み通り、この嵐を終わらせてやる。
Actually complete. No hostiles in the vicinity of the perimeter. Wednesday had seemingly recovered from her emotional unrest. The area around the target is clear. I'm going to check it out. Adjutant, send me the list of goods that need to be recovered. Bang, boom. As soon as I sent over the list, I heard Ruckus over the communicator. There was the final echo of metallic snap, then silence. After a pause, Penny spoke again. Bad news, looks like we're in big trouble. The goods on board on the rocket aren't so much goods as there are weapons. I I checked the list again. Knee-type mech. Anti-armor rocket launcher. It was full of weapons. I already counted, and the number of weapons doesn't match up. I flagged any that are missing. If any have flagged the knee-type mech as the key lost item. Several other weapons were also marked lost. The ones marked as damage are, just like it says, they've been damaged beyond use. Decided not to pursue it any further. Caroline, do you hear me? Once again, tried calling Caroline, and this time I finally received a response. It's finally working. Do you run into a Titan? I explained the situation to Caroline. Was it really Ymir? Are you sure? It hasn't been spotted since the descent. We'll discuss Ymir after you get back. Let's talk about the task at hand for now. You've already located the rocket, correct? Yes, why are there so many weapons on the rocket? Well, it was carrying another squad that was sent to recover Mistletoe Station. After being launched on February 15, 2058, the rocket lost control as it was approaching the Mistletoe Station. Only recently crashed into buffer sections. We didn't discover any signs of life or human remains inside the rocket. That's very strange. Did you analyze its free fall trajectory? Its trajectory was normal, and it was moving periodically in low orbit ever since it lost control. It didn't deviate from its orbit until it collided with another craft a while ago. And having to land in the Containment Zone? Check to see if there have been any similar incidents. Sure. I'll start with the other Criterion search again. What are you guys going to do now? Let's reassess the current situation. The Coyotes found the rocket and removed some of the weapons on board, so they'll definitely be back to get the rest of the weapons. Our mission just got more difficult. We need to stop the Coyotes here. Transporting a mech and that many weapons isn't something a little ragtag group could handle. You might need to put in some overtime. I'll buy you guys member soda when you get back. Adjutant, we have to call for backup. Even Wednesday one's backup? Well, I have to admit, guarding this place would be pretty tough for the three of us. Can we just destroy the rest of the weapons? Are you guys gonna blow up the entire rocket? We still have to investigate why the rocket fell in the first place. Don't worry, your backup has already arrived. As the adjutant requested, Fredia and Marion are waiting at the designated location. Backup from the security department is on the way too. So you knew something would go wrong in this mission from the beginning? No one can predict the future. Although knowing our adjutant self, something tells me we had to one up most of the cast, so yeah. But we can't always have a plan B. Alright. What the hell? Hang on a sec. I may have heard something. What is... Ah, shit. OBS crashed. Uh-oh. Don't tell me it crashed again. Oh boy. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, OBS is crashing on me lately. Oh, shit. Yep. I figured this would happen again, so... The one I heard, that sound was like, oh shit. And, oh boy. Yeah, it's like, oh boy. Yep. Actually, we have to turn down the settings for the game. Hang on just a minute. Let's see here. Primary custom. Max spring weight. Oof. Okay, well, low, off. Okay, everything's on low, so. Alright, so... Alright, so let's see here. Let's recap. It crashed while we were doing third part, and then had to replay that. And then went through this. And then went through that, went through this, and then... Oh yeah, so basically it crashed after we went through progress 4, so... Actually, hang on just a minute, I'm gonna see if that's the right one. Yeah, okay, that's the one. Alright, so... Yep. Now we're off playing as her, Freya. Oh. I mean, I could, but, yeah. Yeah, that's another thing too. So, if you have a dupe, you can use hers. You can use that instead of the trial one, but since I'm nowhere near didn't really focus much of her, just might as well just use the trial character. So.
ずっと訓練してきたんだから、ここでつまずいてらんない。
Good, reach your target. The rocket is your responsibility until Samus can get here. Trust me to keep it in one piece.
彼らは勝率を計算しないの？ まさか立ち止まるなんてことないよね。 お金は必要な人に渡しましょう。
Oh no, you don't.
これ自動装填のパーツと機能搭載してないの？そりゃすぐ逃げなかったんだから、こうなるのは至極当然だよね。 Still for you, far for me.
Yep. Activate her ability.
そりゃすぐ逃げなかったんだから、こうなるのは至極当然だよね。
Okay.
お金は必要な人に渡しましょう。お疲れ。みんな怪我はない？
That should complete the mission. There we go.
できると思ってた。
They crashed again. I don't know what is going on, so... Oh, fuck, come on. Just gotta close this. Ugh. Yeah, we're definitely not off to a good start already. Ugh. Actually, good thing I'm gonna upgrade my computer soon. So, okay, so basically, may have stopped through this chart, so, great, I gotta do that again. Shit. I'm not too sure what is going on with OBS, if I'm being blunt. I know I haven't streamed for the past couple of days, but,
この先敵がたくさんいるかもしれない。気をつけてね。よっ、お疲れ。みんな怪我はない？
Thankfully, it shouldn't be that difficult.
そりゃすぐ逃げなかったんだから。これ自動装填のパーツと機能搭載してないの？ っ ったんだから、こうなるのは至極当然だよね。お金は必要な人に渡しましょう。
Alright, strong enemy incoming. I did do a test of this and it seemed to work fine.
そりゃすぐ逃げのスティルフォーユーバーフォーに
Don't know why it's doing that. Don't know why it's crashing all of a sudden. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
お金は必要な人に渡しましょう。そりゃすぐ逃げなかったんだから、こうなるのは至極当然だよね。お疲れ。みんな怪我はない？
Alright, that should do it.
この結果はとっくに計算済みだよ。
Alright. Next part.
危険な作戦、楽しみです。
ご
めんなさい。分析員さんのお手を煩わせるわけにはいきません。ここでしばらく休んでいてください。いつもどなたが片付けているのでしょう。受け取ってください。私には必要ないものですから。
Nope. Nope. Oh shit. Is that it? Return to rocket transport, alright.
治療ですか？特に必要ありませんが。
Eliminate the attacking army.
殲滅完了ですが、いつもどなたが片付けているのでしょう。
Yeah.
殲滅完了。これ以上拒まないで。受け取ってください。私には必要ないものですから。
That should take care of it. Targets have been limited. Brief, everybody. Mary and I will stay here to support the salvage team. Adjutant, I'll leave it to you to handle the wrecks.
痛いのもっと。
Alright, actually, before we continue on, actually, let's change. Okay, everything's at the lowest setting. VSync off. Oh, Alright, there we go. See, that helps. Okay, so on this part next, alright. Aren't you going to check on them? Your guys don't look like they're in trouble. One thing at a time. Let's talk business first. I could give you a dispatch of weapons for the same price as last time. No digicash. But the mech isn't for sale. Why don't we throw in 10 more inhibitors? What don't you understand about not for sale? Everyone knows that these are necessary for surviving in the containment zone. If I wanted to buy your life, would you sell it? Seeing as we've done business so many times in the past, I'll ask one more time. Esther, don't push it. Yeah, there's no such thing as righteous when it comes to business. I'll give you 2 more inhibitors. What do you want? Before you send that mech out to clean up that mess, could I sit in and take a look? You have the activation key. It's not like I can drive it away. Alright, you got 5 minutes. 2 inhibitors for 5 minutes? Are you serious? It's a deal, 5 minutes is enough. What are you up to? You just threw away 2 inhibitors for nothing. After you get back, collect the goods on the list. What's this stuff? What's a pilot tube? It's the stuff we need. We're going to put them together to build a mech. You figure out the mech's internal structure that fast? It only costs 2 inhibitors. Not a bad deal, right? Yeah, that cutscene's short and straight to the point. Truman. Oh shit, I'm out of. Okay. Out of inhibitors, so. Yeah, that's a good thing I got some. Gonna need 1. Probably gotta do it for this chapter, anyways. Hopefully it doesn't crash again, otherwise, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Actually, I want to switch it up a bit. Let's see here, let's put... Oh, we're not going to get to them just yet, so... She was from the last chapter before we unlock the legacy chapter, so... And of course, he was from the last update, special chapter, and actually she made her first appearance in the Cerulean Gateway special. Unfortunately, I won't be able to replay the Cerulean Gateway chapter along with a couple others too, but yes. A bit strange. Alright.
作戦環境及び進行ルートを確認。
This new tech is here, but Caroline, do you actually check the salvage manifest before you give it to us? The manifest is correct. It was checked. Focus. Deal with the coyotes. You wait nearby coyotes.
周囲に気をつけろ。すべて想定内だ。
I shouldn't be too worried.
分かった。一旦預かっておく。今のところ順調だ。
There we go. Reach the fence area. Good boy.
内向よ。天を貫け。分かった。一旦預かっておく。
Yep, and there goes the mission. Operational Lunders. Location north outskirts Containment Zone Elf.
誰だ。
ここちょっと静かすぎない？
交渉なら手合わせしてほしい。
Alright, that's this chapter, and oh yeah. Now we're at the boss. Let's switch it back. Um, Fair. Dark and perpetrated of fools. E-Tech mech. It's all in your soul heavy mech.
たった一台の機構だけ
No.
パーツに戻してやるわ。
油断するな。
私がサプライズ。
Okay, we may plot that way too fast. Okay, hang on. We're gonna start this again. Gonna go through the dialogue and then just.
たった一台の機構だけパーツに戻してやるわ。
油断するな。
私があんたより目立つんじゃないかって心配なんでしょ。
お前にふさわしい場所はバルハラだ。
Remember, yeah, just it's weak to joints.
お望み通りこの嵐を終わらせてやる。
Right. And then one final cutscene, then on to chapter 2. Once he opened the hatch and on top of the merch with her bare hands, pulling the pilot from the buffer fluid. With the mech pilot in one arm, she leaped away from the explosion as leaking plasma triggered the chain reaction. The wind whipped through Wednesday's hair. Her figure painted tiny against the wind whipped through Wednesday's hair. Her figure painted tiny against the flames of the exploding mech. So they're from Jägerstal, the Heimdall Force, right? Looks like we hit the roadblock. The coyote pilot who Wednesday rescued from the mech displayed no fear or anxiety, instead gazing at each of us indifferently. Where are the weapons you guys took? If I tell you, let me go. We'll recommend the military goes easy with you. Do you believe in yourself when you say that? I can't help but feel an inexplicable sense of familiarity in the masked coyote's eyes before me. My temples throbbed, most likely due to the snow just now. Actually, we found quite a few inhibitors on him. As soon as he saw those inhibitors, I noticed the clear panic in his eyes. If you give those inhibitors back to me, I can show you where the weapons are being held. I need to see proof first. Alright, come with me. At least he wasn't lying to us. Some of the missing weapons are actually here. But the numbers still don't match up. I remember my temples, which were growing more painful by the minute. What about the other weapons? I sold them. To who? You might know him by his other name, the Coyote Alpha. Where can we find this Coyote Alpha? If he wants to see you, he'll find you, no matter where you are. If he doesn't, you won't find him anywhere. Hey, can you just get to the point? I really don't know where Yi's stronghold is. Adjutant, what should we do with him? And these inhibitors. I watch as the coyote look at me and expectantly his lip clenched between his teeth. The sense of familiarity I felt grew more intense. Yep, that's our only option. We gotta turn him in. As for the inhibitors, put him where he said to. Soon personnel from the security department arrived to recover the rocket and began to transport the remaining weapons and equipment from inside the craft. I also arranged for a detailed search of the hideout where the coyotes stashed the weapons. I had no idea that we would soon discover something unexpected. I followed Wednesday and Benny back to the stronghold where the coyotes had hidden the weapons. It looked more like an underground lab than a hideout. Junk and obsolete devices were piled up everywhere, left behind the coyotes. They found that machine in a pile of debris. It's still functioning normally. Isn't this a hibernation pod? Ah! Without knowing, Finney touched the button that caused the pod to activate. The thick metal cover opened up on both sides like wings before folding down. The vapor from the cryo liquid dissipated, revealing a girl with silver hair. Huh? Is there seriously a sleeping beauty inside? Is she still alive? Examination of physical function complete. No abnormalities detected. Commencing routine wake-up procedure. I discovered the girl's personal information on the hibernation pod's console. Name, Acacia. Age at the time of hibernation, 17. Oof. Number of days of hibernation, 11,032 days. Holy shit. That long. Is this machine broken or am I seeing things? As the wake-up procedure began, the girl in hibernation pod slowly opened her eyes. The final prompt appeared on the console. Attention, this hibernator suffers from juvosis. Please do not awaken the. Please don't waken. Please do not waken them arbitrarily. As soon as I saw the words juvosis and awaken, my headache only grew stronger. Juvosis. Why did I have such a strong emotional response to it? Was it still affecting me? Was I overly exhausted? What's happening to him? Looks like he's being flooded. Give him the injection. I did. Nothing's working. Why isn't it working? Caroline, please hurry. My hearing was speeding. Big bro, there's something growing on my hand. The girl's nail turned an off-white color. Her soft fingertips covered with transparent crystals that looks like salt. If they were touched, the crystals would fall off the surface under her skin, evaporating in the air. The crystals began crawling up her entire arm. Big bro, you have some too. We need to find someone from Gigashield to help us. That man. Sir, we don't feel so good. Well, it'll be our turn. There's a system in the place here. Please understand. We'll carry out the treatments in batches. Please be patient. Sir, can you help me figure out what's going on? The girl who showed her contaminated arm to the security department officer. Get back! The officer instinctively raised his gun, pointing at the girl. Ah! Move to the back of the line. Commander Student, there are two contaminated civilians here. One is a little girl, the other seems to be your brother. Are there any spots left in this match? Yes, I understand. We can't make exceptions. Understood, I will strictly enforce the procedure. The officer hung up his communicator. Please return to the cordon. The next match will be arriving soon. Wednesday, she's okay, right? If I was doing so boss, I would definitely save her first. But girl, I'm a little thirsty. I want water. My throat is so dry. After that, she could no longer speak. Is this the right thing to do. Alright then, so that's chapter 1. Let's see here. Okay, well, we finished this about... let's see here. It's 7:35 my time right now, so... Let's see here, 7:35, let's see here, 7:20, so... About an hour and 20 minutes, so... Alright, we're gonna take a look at the next chapter. Oof. Okay, so there's 2 cutscenes, 3 excuse me. 3 gameplays, cutscene. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3 and 1, 2. Okay, so probably gonna go through this, but the stream crashed and yeah, I may have to force stop right there, so we'll see how this goes. A familiar ceiling. My head throbbed. Adjutant, your condition is stabilized. Are you experiencing hallucination, dizziness, or memory loss? I thought about physical condition in more detail. Don't think so. What happened to me? The empathetic ganglia in your brain were overloaded with diverse response information, which activated your brain's self-defense mechanism. To put it simply, the influx of information rushing into your brain isn't your own, and your brain doesn't know what to do with it. We still have no way of determining how these empathetic ganglia work. Their selection conditions are what rules you follow to gather information. Before we come to a conclusion, I suggest you check back in every 12 hours. Got it. Yeah, got it, Adjutant? Don't give yourself any missions in the next few days. Huh? You're that girl from before. Do you know me? I found you in the hibernation pod earlier. Oh, I see. Her surprised expression faded away in an instant before she suddenly realized I was also wearing a hospital gown. Are you sick too? Trophosis? There's something growing in my brain. Deotropic nerves? How'd you know? They say I have the potential to become a manifestation. They said that I have the potential. Crap. They said I have the potential to become a manifestation. So I have to check. I have to have a checkup. See you later. Yeah, see you later. Before I fell asleep, I heard a knock at the door. A knock at the door. I remember the door was made of heavy metal. A visitor calls. Knock at the door. I remember the door was made of heavy metal, and visitor calls could be made through the entrance system. Are you sleeping? Eat something with me. I watched on numbly as the girl used brute force to open. Oh, what the hell? I watched on numbly as the girl used brute force to open the vending machine compartment, then pull out snacks and drinks. From what I could see, the lock must have been deformed or damaged in some way. You don't want to eat my treat? You have to pay for that stuff. You can't just take it. Do you not know how to use it? That's one of the reasons, but I also don't have any the currency you guys use now. Is it called Digicash? I thought back remembering that she slept in hibernation for 30 years. Holy shit, 30 years. So technically speaking, she's older. She's an old lady. Yeah, she should have been 47 chronologically. But yeah, she may have been frozen herself like Fry from Futurama. most likely. So you don't want anything? I ate 2 potato chips she handed me. What's this feel like to be a manifestation? I hadn't experienced it for myself, but thinking about what Wednesday had done, it's both a gift and a curse. What a cringy answer. What I know is, do manifestation really have superpowers? Oh, speaking of localization, yeah, cringy? Really? Man. As if that wasn't cringe. Ugh. A single injection can cure your juvosis and turn you into a superhero. You don't need to get bitten by a spider, be genetically mutated, or suffer gamma radiation. You don't have to undergo torture or be exorbitantly rich. Yep. Let's see here. The spider is Spider-Man, of course. Mutated. I'm guessing the X-Men or Deadpool, well, both, either both, or even Wolverine. Gamma radiation, I'm presuming that's the Hulk. Torture, I'm guessing Kamen Rider. Well, the very first Kamen Rider, anyways, or Shin Kamen Rider. Or the 2 Kamen Rider movies written by Toshiki Inoue. Be exorbitantly rich, like Batman or Iron Man. Although, technically speaking, Iron Man did get tortured too. So, yeah, there's that. So yeah, got a bit mostly Marvel reference and a bit of DC. What's the face you're making? Aren't those movies and comics popular anymore? Oh, lady, you have no idea. You're the future right now. I mean, I'm not too sure if they're still relevant in that time. I never heard any of them. Oof. Becoming a manifestation won't only give you superpowers, it would also... Even flooding, right? You told me about that too. I actually wasn't expecting to wake up before I went to the hibernation pod. But now I have the chance to become a superhero and save the world. Of course I can't pass it up. By the way, as my first friend to talk with me in this era, I'll tell you a secret. Akasha tapped the back of her head with her index finger. When you were unconscious, I saw them insert a big needle in your head. They drew a bunch of fluid and put it in an injection bullet. Was it this one? Yep, perfect match. We injected you with a new type of theratropic modulator, inhibit the neurotransmission synthesis in your epithetic ganglia, curbing action potential. In layman's terms, you're less likely to get sick. Thank you, translator. You won't be under observation any longer, adjutant. But don't rush back to work. Take advantage of this time to rest for a few more days. There'll also be work to do. Your health is more important. What's wrong? You look like you want to say something. Carolyn, have you noticed anything? Like what? Do you know what's going on with that new injection? I don't work in the R&D department. If you're curious, I could ask. Do you need anything else? Yeah, that's it. Have a nice weekend. How would this story develop moving forward? Okay, well, so far no crashes here. Alright, next cutscene. Heimdall Forest member went missing while on a mission. The situation was urgent. I received the news in the middle of the night and immediately rushed into command room. As I arrived in the command room in a panic, a woman suddenly fell down, collapsing at my feet. Her eyes were empty. It was Caroline. Caroline? Electric kettle suddenly jumped in front of the table. Hi, adjutant. Would you like a cup of hot water? Alright, one moment. Is this some new eccentric hobby of yours? It's a new way for me to relax. Cutting my biochemical auxiliary brain to a smart appliance with a minimal computing power allows me to relax for a bit. Like when a dolphin rests half its brain. Caroline watched as I started checking the brief. The emergency? Nita is missing. Our mission was to investigate the Adventist stronghold. I'll help you get more information. The Adventist. Oh, I forgot, you haven't run into them yet. After descent, a bunch of rats crawled out of nowhere, calling themselves the Adventists, and a cataclysmic event, a divine advent instead. They're just a bunch of wackos who worship the Titans like gods, see the Titans in the Containment Zone as a blessing, and consider the change as their idols. So, in other words, we got a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses are running around. Their S-Arch and High Presbyter spread their deceitful cult ideology to recruit scavengers within the Containment Zone. Don't get mixed up with them if you can't help it, but if they mess with you, don't hesitate to fight back. They won't show you any mercy. Alright, I think I understand. Boss! Steven, I have a request. While you are rescuing your missing teammate, also search for the forbidden object that the Adventists are hiding. What forbidden object? It spreads potent pathogen. You can use core system equipped to your suit to determine its location. Once they discover our goal, it's likely that the forbidden object will be moved. If it comes to it, finding a forbidden object is your highest priority, more so than rescuing your teammate, understood? I'll act accordingly if the time comes. I trust that you do know what to do. In the end, Tao gave me a meaningful look before ending the holographic communication. Could that have been something to do with me testing Caroline? Actually, come to think of it too. Yeah, didn't seem the quality's been dipping on the stream, so no frame shop or anything, so. Alright, anyway, so. Containment Zone Elf, subway entrance. Well, it looks like we found a place. This is the Adventist version of the authorized personnel only sign. They got some nerd openly painting stuff like this in areas under company control. They've always been bold. Let me remind you, Adjutant, try to avoid clashing with the Adventists or shooting change into front of them. Do that and we really would be in trouble. Adventists aren't like coyotes. They're more than happy to die in the name of their beliefs. Shh. I think you can hear a voice. Titans, hear my prayers! Bestow your summons upon me! Titans, hear my prayer! Bestow your summons upon me! I can feel it. I am about to be summoned. He's about to be summoned! Bless him! He is free from suffering! Ascend to the kingdom of the divine! Sound like those weirdos are close by. Benny, you said we shouldn't shoot any of the change in front of the Adventist. I was just defending myself. I didn't want his grimy hands anywhere near me. This looks like trouble, Adjutant. Yeah, our cover's blown. Yeah, great. Our group of dressed in tattered Adventist robes appeared at the end of the tunnel. You! How dare you! How fucking dare you! You would take up arms against their herald. Unforgivable! Unforgivable! Such heresy is absolutely inexcusable. Actually, you better make it clear in your report that I was forced into this. Right. Alright, we're gonna start using these. Didn't probably use the rest just yet.
作戦地域に到着。分析。
Looks like the place has been completely overrun by the Adventist. I didn't know the time when you're here last time. They've been usually active lately. They've been missing investigation. We have something to do with it. Excuse me. There you go.
わふー、私の番かな。みんなキラキラしたものが好きなんだね。
冒涜者、冒涜者。君たちは必ず天に罰せられる。
打ち破れ。楽勝じゃん。わふー、打ち破れ。集中集中。打ち破れ。みんなキラキラしたものが好きなんだね。
There we go.
これが勝利の余韻。
Alright, so far no crashes just yet. Next stage.
作戦地域に到着。分析ご指示を。
これくらい任せて。悲鳴を上げるがよい。ちょっとどいてくれないかしら。あなたに預けるわ、分析員さん。リロードするわよ。周りにご注意なさって。私の戦いどうだったかしら、分析員さん。分析員さんのご指示と手取り足取りの教育のおかげだわ。私の戦いどうだったかしら、分析員さん。あなたに預けるわ、分析員さん。
That it? Yep, that's it.
これが勝利の余韻。
Alright, one more and then I believe the cutscene's next.
作戦地域に到着。分析ご指示を。すべて想定内だ。休息もまた戦術の
See
うち
where
だ。
do these creeps hide in the forbidden object at? Don't look past anything suspicious. Especially air boxes.
すべて想定内だ。もう少しだ。分かった。一旦預かっておく。お安いご用だ。任せてくれ。これでまた剣を振りやすくなる。安全だ。仕掛けは見当たらない。
タイタンを信仰するのは世間の罪を浄化するため。タイタンは心からの祈りに応える。
降臨弾のスローガンを読むな。
箱に広告しか入ってなかったんだもの。目に入ったからつい読んじゃっただけ。 これくらい任せて。悲鳴を上げるがよい。私の戦いどうだったかしら、分析員さん。
Anyone else? No. Yep, there we go.
Surprise!
Another 100 more experience points until I reach full 93. I bet this poured out the subway tunnel, security doors and emergency connections like rats, rushing out of the firing guns all the way to the subway platform. Battle islands darted to and fro, skillfully shooting at the final bullets at their intended targets. The biggest battle with the Aventus had finally come to an end. The core system began emitting a quiet alarm. As outlined in the mission brief, I led Life Advantage in the search for the forbidden object. The concentration of Titangen here is incredibly high. I can feel my skin starting to sting. I wasted so many skincare products again. By the way, Steven, how did you do in the fight just now? I mean, well, that's the only option I give. So awesome, so heroic. What a half-hearted compliment. Fighter Steven, Benny smiled smugly. Now what about compared to Wednesday? Excuse me. The forbidden object Caroline mentioned might be around here. It's best to avoid such a dangerous topic in the meantime. The core system alarm began to speed up, meaning the Titangen was growing stronger. Several objects that could be hiding the forbidden object were scattered around the empty subway platform. Abandoned suitcases, broken crates, leather briefcases. The Aventus had also piled up on random clutter all over, making it clear our search wouldn't be quick. This is just physical labor, Adjutant. Be a gentleman and help me move this box, okay? Oh, we still have to save Nita in the meantime. Even though she doesn't usually work with others, it's hard to imagine she wouldn't have been able to handle an enemy of this caliber of her skill level. Even when we get time off, she does everything by herself. No matter what I invite her to do, she just refuses. That's because everything you invite her to do is too lavish. She doesn't like that kind of thing. Really? Turned out that Benny could be a bit slow, while Wency, who was always seemed indifferent, was unexpectedly perceptive when it came to interpersonal relationships. Life seemingly wasn't bad at interacting with others, rather she just didn't care. So what did she care about? I continued thinking as I searched. Just wanted to check out the wooden crate in front of me. Adjutant, don't touch that crate! I suddenly noticed something strange about the crate in front of me. A red light was splashing through a gap in the wood, while a thin metal fuse was wrapped around. Oh shit! It's a trap! It's a trap! I wasn't sure if it was just my imagination, but I felt as if the flashing light on the detonator was speeding. Oh yeah, it's definitely a trap. Run, run! Actually, get away from! I immediately tried to roll away, but it was too late. I felt a strong pressure and my body ached as if it had been crushed by a heavy mech. Maybe my bones were starting to crush, I thought. I was temporarily deprived of my senses, including my hearing and sight. Dizziness overcame me. As dizzy sensation gradually dissipates, I saw Wesley stand in front of me. She was using her thin, petite frame to shield me from the majority of the impact. A tinge of pain suddenly revealed itself in Wednesday's icy expression. Finally noticed that, although the shrapnel from the explosion failed to harm her, the trace amount of Titangen they contained were eating away at her. Life! Adjutant, are you... She wasn't able to finish her sentence before she smiled helplessly yet reassuringly, then fell to the ground and lost consciousness. Wednesday! Life! As I desperately called out to her, I scrambled to put on my protection gloves, administering the emergency treatment for a Titan contact. Fortunately, her constitution as a manifestation prevented the Titan from spreading any further as she gradually regained consciousness. One thing always puts her own safety second when she finds herself in an unexpected situation. Like she has a grudge against her own existence. Thank you, Adjutant. As soon as Wednesday stood up, she immediately returned to her trademark stance as if everything just happened didn't even faze her. Why are you thanking me? You're the one who saved me. I should thank you. I'm not in a position to be thanked. There you go again. By the way, there was something off that trap, right? Nia might have already fallen in their hands. Naturally, we run into trouble, and those nutjobs are totally off their rockers. But Titans, isn't that a precious sacred substance to them? Why did they be using it as a trap here? I carefully checked all of the traps the Adventists had planted in the area. They're all equipped with a small amount of Titan, just like the trap that had just exploded. Maybe the Adventists didn't set these traps. What's more, such a small amount of Titan shouldn't be enough to trigger the core system. Sounds like you've thought this through, but instead of guessing, let's prove it. I put all the Titan collected from the traps I'll put all the Titan collected from these traps into a recycling bin. It should be temporarily isolated. Adjutant, did the environmental contamination readings drop? No, the reading has changed a bit. That proves the real contamination source isn't here. Plot thickens. Adjutant, we should investigate immediately. And we still need to find Nita. Let's see what kind of surprises the Adventists have in store for us down below. Yes, let's. Okay, so 26. I'm gonna use me as in Clarane's abilities.
作戦環境及び進行ルートを確認。いつでも行ける。
リミッター解除。逃げんな。
Enemies along the way.
全員ぶっ飛ばしてくらえ。楽勝じゃん。
I fired first.
先の展開マジ楽しみ。
And it hit me still.
同胞たちにタイタンのご加護がありますように。救いを。
ねえ、あんたどうやって読めるようになったの？私には字すら全くわからないわ。打ち破れ！楽勝じゃん。これくらい任せて。悲鳴を上げるがよい。あなたに預けるわ。分析員さん。ちょっとどいてくれないかしら。気分的にあなたの首筋の方がいいの。悲鳴を上げるがよい。ちょっと休憩。アフタヌーンティーでも一緒にいかが？
Okay.
やはりこっちの方が落ち着くな。
Still a wind crash, but we are past the 2-hour mark, so actually, I'm gonna take a look before we advance further. Alright, we've already finished the 2 cutscenes. Went through these 3, 2 more. Okay. Shouldn't be too long. I didn't really. No, I actually did use her. Alright, let's go.
分析員、私から目を離さないでくれ。
Stop him from destroying. Oh.
敵手。
あのイカレ野郎たちは何してんの？
あそこにいるのは行方不明の調査隊員。早く奴らを止めるんだ。
あんたらこの人たちに何したの？慈悲深き司教は彼らに浄化を受けるチャンスを与えた。だが浄化は失敗した。こいつらは冒涜者にしよう。じゃじゃーん、イリュージョン。
あの人が見つからない。逃げたんだろう。
他の人は？
全てのバイタルが停止してる。ドアを開けるな。開けたら彼らの体は一瞬で消える。カロリンに連絡しろ。彼らを家に返す。
本当のマジックを見せてあげる。お呼びですか？悲鳴を上げるがよい。
And that's the mission.
キリがない。
Okay.
お望み通りこの嵐を終わらせてやる。
Alright, off to the next stage.
分析員、私から目を離さないでくれ。
You know, I think I might have had Brave open, and that's causing OBS to crash or something like that. I mean, shouldn't be like that. I mean, although then again, I was playing through the Wii or Wii U when playing through Fire Emblem, so well, Radiant Dawn. So I know Nikki didn't give me that much trouble, but still, oh maybe.
敵手。目標達成。
Sorry, that's just me speculating why OBS keep crashing on me. So.
分析員さん、力が
貧しくても裕福でも等しくタイタンの恩情を受けられる。祈ろう。そうすればタイタンはあなたの祈りに応える。つなごう。力を合わせればタイタンの導きを得られる。
分析員は知らないわよね。これはあいつらの日常の儀式。当たれ。小賢しい。悲鳴を上げるがよい。気分的に足手まといだなんて絶対に言わせないんだから。
What are you looking? You're looking good. It's nothing. I'm fine. Oh, sorry, I didn't read the other cutscenes.
見てて、神聖を遂げた私を。
Next part. Damage beyond repair. The marionette's body slumped against the wall. Gashes torn into the chest revealed circuit boards and wiring, sparks flickering into nothingness as its power supply gave out. What is this, some kind of human-shaped drone type thing? Well, there was nobody inside of it anyway. It's weird surprise after weird surprise with these events, isn't it? excuse me, gently kicking the marionette this way, and that had to get a better look at the inside. Benny gave it a thorough inspection. This thing is equipped with some pretty advanced weaponry, you know. I could swear I've seen one of these somewhere before. Hilbert Arthur, maybe. Is this something that they manufacture? I can't remember. How could there be any transmitting a reliable control signal? The Titan levels would interfere with the signal. What could they have been using to transmit a signal like that? That's a very good question. Perhaps they weren't. Maybe it's just AI controlled. Would have to be a very well programmed set of AI routines still. Friday's Amber system would also be able to prevent interference of this caliber. Doesn't matter. Either way, crazy cultists are manufacturing hardware like this on their own. The inventors are working with someone. Adjutant, call Caroline on. We need to loop her in on this. Benny is right, but I couldn't get through Caroline. Tried boosting the signal every way I could think to try, but nothing worked. No joy. Titan levels are too high. The interference is really bad. Your core system readings are still climbing in? They just keep going up and up. Is the Titan starting to be a problem for you? I'm worried about one of you getting flooded again. Don't worry about that. The levels here are no higher than in the drowned sections. As long as we don't touch any Titan deposits or run into a situation like what happened before, we'll be fine. Besides, it's not like we're going to come this far and then just walk home with our tails between our legs. She's right. The levels are within the acceptable range. It won't be a problem. All right then, let's keep moving. We should get this over and done with as quickly as we can. One minor issue: the tunnel forks in a whole bunch of different directions. Any idea which way we should be going? Splitting up would obviously be a terrible idea. Did we just pick a direction at random and hope we get lucky? Adjutant, I'm gonna let you make this call. Can you take a think? Barely started considering our options when the comm signals came in. Weird. Nothing was making it through before. Are you received distress signal? Is that Nita? Hey, Nita, can you hear me? Signal pretty bad. Can't really say. Hold on. Is this any better? This piece of junk? Who are you anyway? Heimdall Force? That's like if any. You got it with you? I'm Steven. I'm the adjutant assigned to the Heimdall Force. What's your situation? I'm under, beneath, difficult to, nasty, real careful. Titan's levels are spiking again. Bursts of static kept cutting through into the signal. Sounds like she's trying to warn us. Big group of well-armed hostiles up ahead. How on earth did you get all of that? You need down in the mid, take the L. Keep heading down. When we reach the next part, we take the middle tunnel, then take the elevator to go down the rest of the way. Sounds like something like that anyway. How are you picking on... Hold on. How are you picking that out? Seriously, Benny, that's an impressive trick to have up tuck your sleeve. Nice working with someone with multi-talented, isn't it, Steven? You're right. Benny grinned with a twinkle in her eye, never upset to take a compliment. Nita, are you safe at the moment? Have you engaged the enemy? They're coming. Okay, that sounds like a yes. The call cut out. Could have been the interference. Maybe the Adventists have found her. There's no way to know. Don't look at me. Even my cute listening skills can't interpret complete silence. I can't hold on anymore. I'm ready to escape. I can't wait any longer. They're all possibilities. Regardless, I think she needs to be rescued as soon as possible. We know where we're going. We know what we need to do. Adjutant, give the order. We do what he said. Work our way down. Alright, so got 3 more stages, another cutscene. 2 more and the boss and 2 more cutscenes. Alright. And I am out of Taijin. Out of inhibitors. This is what happens when I do my dailies. Okay, hang on just a minute. Lost track again. Oh, yeah. Sure, okay. Why? I don't think we're gonna get to see her still much later. That's for sure.
指示を手早く片付ける。
Surf's up! PT Dentist.
協力ボードって貯めて分析員とのオフで使うんだ。よかったよかった。失敗しなかった。私たちを邪魔しないで。大丈夫。もう体が覚えてるくらいだよ。
By the way, they're developing games. When used to be worshipped like an idol. What are you two, Miss Lion? They just like making memes out of my freak out look. They didn't actually like me.
しっかり休んだよ。予備は十分にあるよ。行くよ。動力ボードって貯めて分析員とのオフで使うんだ。
Ah,
よかったよかった。失敗しなかった。
there we go.
私たちを阻める者はいないな、分析員。
Alright. Next stage.
指示を手早く片付ける。
Go into the water pressure tank.
目標達成。指示を待つ。
Good.
役に立たない。敵視。敵の増加を確認。
Shit.
弱点か。役に立たない。予備は十分にある。
Hey, how's the signal? Can you hear me? Seems fine. My coordinates are here. Right here. There are a lot of enemies. Some of them are not easy to do if I'm hanging out. Same old.
お望み通りこの嵐を終わらせてやる。
Now we're getting close.
分析員、私から目を離さないでくれ。敵手。
Take the elevator down.
待て。一時待機。目標達成。
We're getting close to Nita. That's what this means. The operation is finding the mission. The eviction team has come to an end. Though we still don't get any clues about the forbidden object. Patient, treasure often hidden in the depths of the nest.
敵手。目標の排除を確認。予備は十分にある。
Aren't that close?
役に立たない。
Take the elevator down. Complete. Head to the high ground and investigate. Plus under advantage of intelligent. Are these still choosing objects? Nope. It may come from the invisible chasm from grains installed village or poisons or freezes.
全てをすべよ。終わらせる。目標の排除を確認。
Nope, strong
役に
enemy.
立たない。
What are the chances? Nope.
目標弱点か。
Is that it? There we go.
お望み通り、この嵐を終わらせてやる。
Alright. Next. Yep, cutscene. The fuck? I forgot to mention too. Some certain dogs have the tendencies to curse with just, well, that. So, yep. Might as well be the F word right down there. What the heck is this thing? None of the others fought like this. Heck, I'm out of bullets. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Oh wait, come on, come in. I'm not gonna last here on my own much longer. Anybody, would you lie? Me signal was still cutting out. We're only getting snatches of words here and there. The sounds of gunfire rang through loud and clear. The Avengers must have found her, or at least something was shooting at her. Her signal cut out again, and the core system emitted a high-pitched squeal. Tytogen levels were going through the roof. Without knowledge of what happened to Nita, we couldn't help feeling on edge. Probably an issue for her comm system, you think? Isn't she always smashing into things when she's fighting? Always banging into things? Anger and frustration were fighting their way onto Life's face, clenching and unclenching her fist as she ran. She left Benny and me falling further and further behind. Benny looked worried. Life didn't normally let her feelings get the better of her like this. Wednesday, what's got you so upset? We aren't moving fast enough. Every second we're wasting. Chances of Nita still being alive. Did you know you cared that much? No one's going to die because I didn't push myself. Did we know there was nothing you could have done? Not this time. Not again. The last phrase she muttered to herself. It wasn't something she meant for me to hear. The real life occasionally reveals herself from under a layer of solid ice, hidden under the nicknames Champion, Wednesday, or Odin. Then we pick up the pace without Nita to show us the way. We're pretty lost down here. Place is a maze. Forks on forks on forks. We can't just wing it. Steven, what are you thinking? You look like a light bulb that just appeared above your head. Nia isn't the only one who knows her way around down here. Okay, where are you going with this? You are. Oh, for God's sakes. They're all bat dung insane. You understand that, right? We grab an Adventus and talk to them into showing us the way. If anyone was less than thrilled with the idea, but she agreed to go with life and completely step one. If anyone was less than thrilled with the idea, but she agreed to go with life and complete step 1 of what we're calling Operation Tour Guide. Alright, one event saloon just for you. The bamboozling I will leave up to you. Defile the Titan's sacred names. Mortification to depths awaits you. You will be broken down. Wait, we believe as you do. In our surrender, we are family, you and I, brothers before the Titan's grace. Cute. You think you make a fool of me? You slew their heralds. You desecrate their kingdom with your every unclean footstep. Herald is how they say change in nut job, if that helps. Psh. Man, I thought I coined the word nut jobs for these people, but Benny's been doing that for me, so. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Brother, if the herald raised its arm if the herald raised its arm to you in violence, will you not defend yourself? Raise an arm in violence? The heralds offered you in their benediction. You slander it as violence? The gall, the balls, bound in the foulness of your sin. Reject absolution. There is no hope for heretics so fallen as you are. Give it up, Stephen. There's no talking to them. Tell me, brother, how will sinners meet their chastisement? The ignorance. Holy fire will burn away their sins. The purgatory awaits them. We haven't been punished by any god. Burned by karmic fire, sentenced to purgatory. The Titans, knowing all and seeing all. Do they believe us, heretics? You're playing with word games. Your manifestations. It's not like we could have stopped you. The Titans lack the strength to stop manifestations. Nani? No, they're all powerful. And yet you call us heretics. We seek their benediction, lost sheep seeking a shepherd's guidance. Will you not put us on the path? Lead us to their light. We only wish to journey down, join our fellow seekers in the embrace of the Titan's grace. This isn't right. This isn't right. This isn't right. You're obviously heretics. Easy, Adjutant. The Adventus fell silent, his rage finally subsiding. There's an alien smile cropped his face. You're heretics. That's obvious, but I can still show you the way. That would lead you to the air emissary, who can deliver their judgment. Just as I was finally accepting I was never going to be able to talk the Adventus into showing us the way, he said to do it anyways. Nicely done. You're full of hidden talents too, apparently. We use the living daylights of this idiot to the point where he can't help tell up from down. A masterful performance. You can only lie to weak-minded people like them. Whether no powerful god could create a stone that could be lifted, I can shake the feeling that this didn't come from my own memories. Please, follow me. I'll escort you to the emissary. Alright, so 3 more stages and 2 more cutscenes, so nearly done.
分析員、私から目を離さないでくれ。
Alright.
これからどこへ向かう？
こっちだ。下水道に沿っていく。
足手まといなんてごめんよ。
Oh. This is the gospel. Oh. It's like 4 related. Oh, wow.
道徳者は裁かれる。タイタンを信じる者のみ救済される。
うるさい。私は。
やめろ。今は案内人が必要だ。
といなんてごめんよ。
目標の排除を確認。
Apparently I forgot one item that was missing while playing this earlier. Oh.
足手まといなんてごめんよ。
また出るだろうからよく覚えておいて。
Come on.
目標の排除を確認。
足手まといなんてごめんよ。
役に目標達成。指示を待つ。
And that's the mission.
何？大丈夫。ちょっと暑いけど全然疲れていないよ。
Alright. Almost there to the next level. I believe the max is 100, so...
分析員、私から目を離さないでくれ。
Yep.
敵手。
足手まといのこいつの言う通り、冒涜者は裁かれる。まさかニタもあのなんちゃら死者に狙われてるの？
降臨だ。早く歩け。目標の排除を確認。
足手まといなんてごめんよ。
I forgot to mention too, there are like hidden items somewhere in certain stages too. I just happened to find one because I've forgotten about that, so... Okay.
目標の排除を確認。
足手まといなんてごめんよ。
What else?
準備完了。目標の排除を確認。目標達成。指示を待つ。
Everything's going. Alright, keep stationaries. Alright. Attack!
ウェンズデー、分析員、上を見て。
これは汚染を広める元凶。禁生物だ。補給は回収した。敵の増加を確認。全てを捨てる。目標の排除を確認。
That it?
役に立たない。
今の気分は太陽よりも明るいよ。
No. We are slowly making our way. Where's the engine? You War 13. Oh, AI puppet.
指示を手早く片付
ねえ、ウェンズデー、あれは？
け。前にあった人形に似ているが明らかにあれより強い。
何が死者よ。ふざけてんの？
予備は十分にある。
Oh, great.
術で予備は十分にある。
足手まといなんてごめんよ。
お前にふさわしい場所はバルハラだ。
That boss has been taken care of.
私はね、あんたの賞賛だけで十分なのよ。
Next stage. What have you wrought? No, it cannot be. This doesn't seem physically possible. Their emissary cannot be slain. Lords, a bigger revelation. Call me into your service. Hold it. Our former guide slipped free from Finney's grasp and charged toward the large contraption hanging in the center of the chamber, hurling himself into the intense Titan contamination below it. And nope, doesn't look like they call him to their service. On contact with the Titan, his body just evaporated. What just happened? When a normal person is exposed to enough Titan, if they don't undergo the manifestation process, then their body breaks down, organic matter collapsing into subatomic particles. Simply put, our friend just went and got himself disintegrated. Won't even get to enjoy becoming one of the changed. That weird looking thing over there is the source of all this Titan contamination, I assume. Looks like it's got a control platform. Adjutant, go do your thing. We may have a self-destruct mechanism we can use. We should find Nita first, though. Turning my attention to the control panel, I spent the next few moments wrapping my head around the information I was being presented with. Whatever this thing was, it seemed to be pumping enormous quantities of Titan out into the tunnel system. Flicking through the menus, I found a tab labeled Research Data. Tapping it brought up the camera after a camera's worth of live CCTV footage covering the screen. Hundreds of advances and scavengers, each in their own little chamber. The Titan levels this device was exposing them to were displayed as a little counter next to their feed. Some had turned to change, others seemed to have vanished entirely. So the Adventists, well, it looks to me that this whole religious thing they had going on is a con. So it looks like to me that this whole religious thing they've had going on is a con to trick people into coming down here to get experimented on. Testing what happens when you expose people to different quantities of Titan. Yeah, it seems that way. Doesn't look like there's a self-destruct mechanism. I found Nita. Look, here she is. In one corner of the screen, the camera feed was showing an unconscious Nita lying in a pool of dirty water in the cell somewhere. She was clearly still breathing. It was hard to see much, but at least she's still alive. She was alive. With a little work, I extracted the location of her cell. Life and Fang didn't take long to go find her. She'd taken a pretty heavy dose of Titan. We must administer. She'd taken a pretty heavy dose of Titan. We administered treatment and were pleased to see her quickly find her way back to consciousness, looking completely unfazed by her ordeal. Clearly as tough as they say she was. So, you're the guy they're calling adjutant then. I mean, I've been assigned to work as the adjutant, if that's what you mean. Sure thing. Look at it that way, if you like. Either way, you saved me just now. I won't forget it. After we're done with this, if you need anything, you let me know. And what about Life and me? All you did was carry you up here. Stop crying, it's not a contest or anything. Adjutant, how do we deal with this device? It looks like parts of the device were damaged in the fight. Based on my readings, Titan levels have already started to fall. Are you talking about that big thing over there? I heard those lunatics call it, raising them in, before, if that helps. Rising Gammon before. Yeah. If something were to happen to this Rising Gammon of theirs, it would presumably be very difficult for them to keep going with these sick little experiments of theirs. Watch beat down this device into a piece of scrap for the junkyard. Betty, stop, wait. We got a call coming in. Adjutant? Adjutant? Finally got through. Lost your tracking signal back a while back. I was about to send out a team to come find you. The engine in the air is interfering with our comm signals. Anyway, what's your situation? I gave as detailed a report as I could, mentioning the strange robotic marionette enemy and the Rising Gammon device. Caroline's brow remained furrowed the entire time. Well, that's certainly more than we can know. Well, that's certainly more than we knew before. I'm just happy to be safe. Caroline, how are we going to deal with the Rising Gammon? Oh, that's part easy. You don't. I'll dispatch personnel that are better equipped to handle this properly. Until then, don't even think about touching it. Did you hear what the boss just said? I think delaying action is a little risky. I understand your concern and how dangerous this thing is, but the boss might be thinking ahead. Or maybe she's trying to deal with it from the source. So, I hear you. So the danger has been eliminated. I'll send someone to meet with you. She cut the call, clearly in a hurry. There will be a lot for her to handle. There will be a lot for her to handle now. What did she say? She said to do nothing. None of you seem surprised. Right? How should I put it? That's just how the higher-ups handle things. It's not like any of us know what Director Tao is thinking. Besides, what could possibly go wrong if we just left this giant death machine here? I mean, there shouldn't be any issue, right? If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Minus click the camera feeds, those people slowly mutating into change against their will, and those empty rooms that once held living people. Shut my eyes, feel the pain that must have flown through the bodies flow through my body. I thought my soul began to tear apart. Is this the right thing to do? Adjutant? Save as many as you can before our backup arrives. Yes, I'll go with you. No, I'm not. No, helping you two is there. Oh wait, you think I'm not coming with? My leg's banged up, but I'll manage. Was this sympathy due to my empathetic ganglia, or simply from the human prosperity for empathy? An instinct that had gradually became overcome by logic and selfishness? I had no time to consider everything carefully, or rather, I didn't want to. Sometimes handling the situation before you can be mentally exhausting. Alright, just one more cutscene and then we're done, so... Sorry, the stream's been cutting off, weirdly, because... OBS... may have crashed 3 or 4 times, I don't know, I may have lost count. Thankfully it hasn't been crashing now, so... But we're about to wrap this up as soon as this cutscene's done. Hey Steven! The Valkyrie Games broadcast is starting. Get over here. Wednesday's competing today. I'll grab those mirror sodas from the fridge. I'm coming. Popcorn's nearly ready. Stack the drinks in order to... My sister and I dash over to the sofa and put on our headsets. Yeah, stream's definitely gonna be done once, because, yeah, that's a lot of reading. Whoa! I only went to grab a soda and it's over already? Let's watch a replay. Okay, no. There's no girl as cool as Wednesday. There's nothing she can't do. She's like some kind of all-powerful god or something. Steven, there's no girl There's no girl as cool as Wednesday? No girl at all? I'm right here. Okay, you're cool as Wednesday. As cool as, fun. Like all powerful gods exist anyways. Shh, you shouldn't say things like that out loud. The gods could hear you and strike you down. Steven, who do you think created Javosis? They say that Javosis can't be cured by anything. So whatever gods created Javosis, even if they can't fix it? I woke up with Joe soaking sweat and heart pounding. I look at the same time. Wasn't yet time to get up. I checked the date as well. No change in my treatment or work to date. Caroline should be trustworthy, but I had to make sure there really wasn't a problem with my treatment. Yep. Fortunately, we're not gonna get through that till much later. Okay, well. Alright, well, that's about it for Snowbreaks. Again, sorry that OBS kept crashing and then had to restart the streams like 3-4 times. 5 maybe, I can't remember. But, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be no issues with Radiant Dawn for tomorrow, so tune in for that. Oh, actually, that reminds me too, so next couple of weeks is my birthday, and although it's a stream schedule and I'm still planning on streaming, we're not exactly gonna go through this on that day. May or may not be a stream day on the day after my birthday, so yeah, and needless to say, I'll play this by ear. So, anyways, that should wrap things up. So, again, tune in tomorrow as we're gonna go through more Radiant Dawn, as we got part 4, and then one way or another we're gonna finish Radiant Dawn. And of course, tune in next week as we're gonna go through more Snowbreak. Hopefully it doesn't crash again, but who knows. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video card of this. I'm Steve, and I'll see you guys next time.